Okay, hopefully this is a better mic, smaller mic, and it's less disturbing to the visual. I actually have a very nice visual today. I'm on the 10th floor of my aunt's, or the terrace floor of my aunt's complex. It's kind of crazy. A lot has changed in 1 week, so I have a lot of updates to share. And I think there are many like background scenes that I can show this time, so as the video progresses I will change scenes. Let's start with the weekend. Okay, after I recorded that video last week, I swear I thought it was the most boring video of all time, and I was like, you know what, Harita, I'm intentionally just gonna post this for myself. It's okay if nobody watches. But the fact that I received so much love from people that were willing to listen to me yap was just insane. And so I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed this diary series. I hope to become better at this YouTube thing, so like the videos become more interesting. But for now, I'm super happy that people are interested just to hear my story and my perspective. Oh, so cool. Okay, let's go to the weekend, all right? Saturday and Sunday, I was still at my cousin's place and I just went on a walk. My cousin tries to do 10K steps a day. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna join him. That's a really healthy, nice thing to do. We just went downstairs, walked around in circles. I stumbled upon a gym there, and the first thing I realized was, wow, I did not think my 75-day hard challenge could be possible in India, but there's literally a gym, there's places to walk, there's good food all around me. Like, if any time is the time to do 75 hard, I don't see why I couldn't do it here. So I think I'm gonna start that. And if you don't know what that is, I think I explained it in a video once before, but basically you do 5 things daily. Most people don't stick to them. That's why it's called the 75 hard challenge. Anyway, with that I'm trying to say I think I can do it. I'm gonna start doing it. I'm gonna adjust mine slightly, so it's 7 things. I can do it. Like, I have nothing else to do here, so I'm gonna do it. One thing I wanted to mention about taking those walks, not only is it really healthy getting that movement in, I saw my older cousin, like greet everybody downstairs, have conversations with them, walk with them. Some people got new bikes they were testing out. Some people were cleaning their cars, doing their laundry down there. It was just a really nice community thing. And when I think about the last time I lived in a complex apartment like that, when I went downstairs, nobody was there. There was no community. Everybody's just tucked away, hidden, and they're like very untrusting of one another, especially me living as a girl by myself. What happened to the lights? Oh, again. Oh, come on. Why did they turn off the lights here? Okay, well, I guess I'll relocate, so 1 second. Ah, this is so freaking awkward. God, this is so awkward. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. When I lived in an apartment complex, I don't think it was that common to see people all the time, the way you see people here all the time. There's just like a sense of community here that I have always craved actually in the US. I remember sometimes waking up and it's dead silent, and the clouds just cover the entire sky, so it's just white. I swear it's like the loneliest feeling in the world, knowing that people are there, they're just hiding, or like I don't know why people don't come out and like talk to each other, but maybe we're just so productive over there that, no, that's not even true, because India's very productive. I don't know, just people are a lot more present here, and that's why time feels slower here. I also did henna, okay? You leave it on for 30 seconds. It stays on for 3 days, and guess what? It doesn't flake off. It just fades. It fades literally into your skin. The henna in America, it's a shame. It's a shame of the possibility that it could be. They could have such a big, nice potential that's like a dark red color that stays on your hand for a long time. You could get nice business doing that, but instead, it flakes off. It's very annoying. I literally was practicing on my hand. I was like, it's okay if I'm just putting it for 30 seconds to a minute. I wipe it, it's already stained, and it stays like that for 3 days. Insane. The henna here is insane. That was Saturday. Sunday, I went for a walk in this Hyderabad park. That was like the first time I think I've ever seen a developed area of Hyderabad. Granted, I don't travel, okay? I just stay in a house, and I just live in the house. Going outside, I'm bound to find some developed area to explore. So the first one happened to be a park. This park was so nice, so very nice. First time I've seen like beautiful flowers planted, like a nice garden, walkway. I saw so many people going on walks. It was like 7 a.m. when we went. So many people, aunties, uncles, elderly, kids. And there was even like an outdoor gym, like playground type gym. And all these aunties and uncles are exercising. I've just never seen that sight before in my life. I'm so happy people are taking care of their health here. I hear so many things about bad health in India, like the pollution contributing to heart disease, too much oil in our foods, vegetarianism and meat eating, and how some of that's good, some of that's bad. To see people like taking their health seriously, doing so many house chores, bending down, squatting, reaching for things, cleaning all the time, like I'm just very impressed. I don't know if any of it translates to actual like measurable outcomes, but I'm definitely impressed by what I see. It's not what I expected, I'll say that. Sunday and Monday I also spent kind of doing nothing, just sitting around. I'm okay actually not doing anything, because this is what I came to India for. I just came to spend time with my family, helping in the kitchen, hanging up clothes with my aunt, doing laundry, watching movies. Like half of the reason I came here was kind of to do those things just with them, so they spend time with me. Of course, I have traveled. As you can see, I've changed locations. So I have seen the positive side of traveling and leaving the house. And we'll get into all that. Yeah, I did ride a motorcycle in that time. It was super cool. We went to the market and we found pomegranates, a lot of fresh vegetables. They come every Sunday, so we went to that. I'm heavily considering getting a moped when I go back. I don't know how realistic that is, but I would love to. As long as it's not going above 35 miles per hour, that's what I want. Just a slow ride, local areas, get a carton of milk, come back home. That's the dream. That evening, we finally went shopping. I've been begging to go shopping. We finally went to this Forum Mall exhibition. So a lot of people from different states came to this one place in Hyderabad. They sold their jewelry and they sold clothes. That was really cool. Of course, there was a lot of bargaining happening. There was a bit of a culture shock, of course, coming here, because it's been a long time, 8 years since I've been here. So like a lot of things just make me smile. Like for example, there were earrings that I really liked there, but they were 850 rupees, which is approximately like $8 or $9, which is a steal for me. Okay, but for them it's probably worth like 300. But for me, I would have been gone with those earrings. So my aunt was like, okay, give me two pairs for 500 each. So I'll give you 1,000, just give me 2 pairs. And they just kept like straight faced and like so unbothered by her request. And I know that's a thing here. I'm just saying, when I first experienced that for the first time, I was just like almost laughing. I remember when I finally got a mask to put on, I felt so free that I could smile and laugh at everything and nobody would know, because it's just so uncommon to, like, I smile at everyone, guys, and nobody smiles back. I think they think I'm making fun of them. I think that's why. But what else did I do? Oh yeah, that night I came home, took a meeting in US time, so it was like 11 p.m. I also noticed that a lot of people here work for US companies. Can you imagine that? Like consistently taking meetings at 11 o'clock at night before you sleep. That's why when I visited the tech center of Hyderabad, I saw lights on in buildings, people walking around at 3 or 4 a.m. when I arrived here. And it's because they're all working for US companies. That was the end of Saturday through Monday. Let's talk about what I've been experiencing since then. I just feel so lucky and so blessed that I'm even here. That's how I want to preface. I think there's been a lot of lessons that I've learned so far. Just by being surrounded by family. It makes me want to cry, because like I genuinely don't know how I've gotten to be so lucky. Because do you see my view right now? Like last video I said I hope this trip is memorable for the rest of the year. Definitely, we're already there. It's week 2. This was a 2-day trip that we planned. My aunt planned the entire thing. We had to hop on a flight from Hyderabad to Kasi. I wish I could tell you some things about Kasi, but I didn't do my research. That is why all of this is so mind-blowing. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm just hopping in the flight, getting in the car, having people guide me everywhere. I have no idea what I'm doing. But basically, we went to Kasi by flight. It was like a 1-hour flight. We landed. We met this driver. His name is Rahul Ji. Deserves the best driver title in the world, not just India. This is like the first time my feet have stepped in the north. unless my parents say otherwise. Sometimes they lie to me and they tell me things that I didn't even know happened. Our driver took us to Prayagraj, okay? Prayagraj is where Maha Kumbh Mela was happening. And if you don't know what that is, it's an event that happens every 12 years. And everybody comes to this river. There are 3 rivers here. One is the Ganges or Ganga River. Second is Yamuna, and third is Saraswati. There's like a location where all 3 mingle together, mix. It's called Sangam, this like Triveni Sangam, something like that. So that is like probably the purest part you can dip in. Completely like submerge yourself completely in the water, come back up. You do it 3 times. You offer the water to the sun, Surya. It's kind of like a way to purify yourself of all your sins. Kind of very similar to baptizing yourself, I think, in Christianity. 2025 has become the 144th year, which is 12 times 12. So that's why so many people have been gathered here. None of my friends or my family, immediate family, got to do this. That's why it's very, I don't know, like, why am I chosen? I don't even know if I should be asking that question. People plan years in advance for this. People put all their savings into a trip like this, right? And I got to do it just like that. I had to like reflect on that, you know, whenever I had time. My grandma passed away, right? So we took her favorite sari. We also took my tataya, his dhoti. I was the one who put it into the river and let it float away. That's like a final goodbye. They might obtain moksha and go to God through this offering to the river. I really don't know why we do that, but it was very emotional for me to do that. And I think as I was walking, I started tearing up. He was the only one who knew English, and so I think he always made the effort to love on us and show us affection and communicate with us, talk to us, and guide us. I remember he liked Michael Jackson a lot. We would watch TV together. He'd share his gummies with us. But I felt like while I was walking, I just felt like he was the one who brought me here to do all this. And in that moment, I felt like, oh, it makes sense why I'm here. Like, he was bringing me here, showing me all these signs and that fortune thing I found. And the number thing, I've been seeing the number 11 everywhere. Like for the first time in my whole life, I've been seeing that number. As I was walking, I was like, okay, this makes sense. After Prayagraj, we changed clothes. And I want to bring up Rahulji throughout this video because he's the best driver in the world. Like, I swear, like, he was guiding us through everything. He knows this more than we do. So he found a stall. He only speaks Hindi and I don't speak Hindi. And I think he was asking, do you know how to get back from the stall? Do you know how to get back to our stuff where we are? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, okay, just, and he closed the door. And then I was changing, the lock wouldn't work. And this is a stall that's literally like open on the bottom, open on the top. If you get caught changing, so be it. I tried to change very subtly and everything is wet and there's like mud on the floor, so you don't want to throw clothes on the floor. It's very difficult, but I did it in like 10 minutes. I spent 10 minutes just changing. When I walked out, the driver, he was right there, like guiding the door. Like I didn't know I was being protected. Best driver in the world. After that, this was the itinerary of the trip. Hyderabad to Prayagraj for Maha Kumbh. Prayagraj to Kasi. Kasi to Ayodhya. Ayodhya to Lucknow. Lucknow to Hyderabad. Okay, we went to the hotel. What did we do there? A lot of these places in India are very famous for the way that they embroider the clothes or weave their saris. Each place has like a distinctive design, and so Kasi was known for a specific design. I don't know what, don't ask me. Maybe chicken curry. There's like a design called chicken curry border. It's so funny because why the frick is it called? Naming something so beautiful, embroidered with flowers, just very elegant. You're naming it chicken curry. Something that with like this heavy smell just disgusts me to say that. I know nowadays online people are hating on Indians for being smelly, for being ugly. Nobody wants to date them. I will say none of that has been true. It was already not true. The people are beautiful here, guys. Everyone has their own type of beauty, and as soon as they smile, they're just so beautiful. I didn't record anyone's faces like that, but they all have their little charm. Like either it's super long hair that's nicely braided, or it's like this men will have this hairstyle that they think is cool, or it goes like this. It's just so funny and charming, and like people's smiles, people's attitudes. That's what I mean by beautiful. It's nice to see. After that, we had to sleep early because at 4 a.m. we were gonna go visit these temples before our trip to Ayodhya. We went to the Vishwanath temple, Annapurna temple, Vishay Lakshmi, Sukhi Ganapati temple, and Siddhi Ganapati temple. The first temple we had on our list was the Vishwanath temple. I didn't know the itinerary specifically, so I didn't get to do much research. But from what I do know right now is nobody ever built this Shivalingam. What I do know about the Shivalingam is, if you know Hinduism, it's multiple avatars of one divine presence. One of those avatars is Shiva. Shiva can exist in many forms. One of them is as a Shivalingam. If you combine all of God's powers into one sphere, it becomes very hot. So you rest it on something. You put it on something as a stand, and then you always have to pour water on it so that it stays cool. Otherwise it overheats and explodes. I don't know. At least in the book that I read, okay? That's why you always have to bathe this Shivalingam. Always putting water, milk, honey, turmeric. You're always bathing this Shivalingam. Is it? And this one, apparently in this... this Shivalingam was not man-made. So it's like the OG. To my understanding, it's the OG Shivalingam. So it's a blessing to be able to see him. The line for this, even though we went at literally 4 a.m., it was 3 hours long. They take your phone, they take your shoes, that's pretty much it. We bought prasadam, or a food offering to the god, and then we bought a garland of flowers to offer flowers to him. So we were just holding those two things. Cold feet. It's actually very cold in the mornings here. You'd be surprised. Yeah, you're just waiting in a line, bored out of your mind, suffering, and then just waiting in a line for 3 hours. You have to stand, and then sometimes people are pushing you, so you're in between these people, but people are coming from everywhere, so they might not even speak your language. No shoes. It was just wow. It was wow. I will say there are a couple of things I learned from that experience. The way I understood it was God doesn't come easy. He doesn't show himself just because you want to see him. My understanding is that you have to suffer a little bit before your eyes can meet his. I think by the time we saw him, we were so exhausted from standing that we sought, or at least I did, I sought refuge in finally seeing the Shivalingam. And he's just a black round lingam. And he was in the corner. It's not even obvious. You had to search. You wait in a line for 3 hours to see a glimpse of the god. No photos, no nothing. No time for a long prayer. You see him, you think, and then you walk. That's it, and you're done. I did see monkeys there for the first time. By the time we had to get our shoes back, you have to pay someone to put your shoes and phones in a locker. Then on your way back from the temple, you retrieve them and you pay. They said 200 rupees to do this. By the time we came back, he said 1100 rupees. And we were arguing, and our driver came out of nowhere and started arguing for us. He's are you serious? I couldn't understand anything. But he's are you serious? Doing bad business? I think that's what he was saying. We paid what he said we would have to pay. That's another win for Rahul ji. We went to the Annapurna temple. Annapurna is the god of food. I will put some facts about her. We also saw some of the Ganesh temples. I wear a Ganesh on my neck. He is an elephant, the elephant god. He's actually the son of Shiva. What's cool about all this is every god is connected. So when we saw the Ganga river, aka, so much to explain. There's Shiva and Shakti, the male and female powers of the universe. So Shakti was in that river, Ma, Ganga, Ma, Saraswati, the mother. And then we're seeing Shiva, which is the father. And then we saw the child, which is Ganapati or Ganesh. It's cool. We met the entire family. After we checked out at the hotel, we started our drive to Ayodhya. I think we arrived at 6 p.m. We checked into the next hotel. We're in the north, right? So we don't see a lot of Telugu people here from Hyderabad, but we met somebody named Sanjay ji. He was from Vijayawada, I think. He spoke Telugu, so that was a connection to our home. We arrived that night, we got dressed, we went to the Hanuman Gar, which is the home of Hanuman, the home of Lord Ram, another avatar of God. We visited Hanuman first. He's just a divine devotee. of Lord Ram. We saw a bunch of monkeys, okay? This whole time, we see stray dogs, stray cows, stray buffaloes. This is the first time I've only ever seen stray monkeys. No other animal. And what's interesting about this is Hanuman is a monkey himself, and he has like an army of monkeys. So it's kind of crazy that all you saw were monkeys. I think this is the mosque music. They do this like a couple times a day, which I think is cool. Everything is like a very long waiting line, and you kind of get squished and stuff. It's all a part of the experience. So this has just been built. I think it was inaugurated like January 2024. I went February 2025, and it's apparently the third largest temple in the world. I never thought I would see this temple. I'm being so serious. Even though I come to India, like we never go to the north. Like that's just not, we just never travel. So it was never in my head that, oh, I'll see him one day. Like no, I seriously never thought that would be in my fate. And my grandma's last dying wish was for all her grandchildren to grab some of her coins and put them in front of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. And that was another emotional moment. The trip would conclude that night. There was no flight from Ayodhya to Hyderabad, so we had to drive from Ayodhya to Lucknow and then catch a flight from Lucknow to Hyderabad. Our driver mentioned that there were samosas, really great samosas in Lucknow, so I was like, oh wow, I want to try some. And the whole drive he was watching out for them. We finally found them. He pulled over immediately. He bought like 200 rupees worth of like a bunch of sweets to try and then samosas on top of that. And he paid for the whole thing. But another win for him because he just wanted to feed us. And he was okay paying for the whole thing just to give us the experience. Pulled over, fed some cows. We took pictures in like a sugarcane field, in like the mustard seed field. At the place where we found samosas, they also like served chai in mud cups, like cups made out of mud. I wanted to take them home and like paint them and do something with it. Rahul ji went and got me too. I'm forever like grateful for him. He made the experience so much better. And do you see where I am right now? Does this even look like India to you? It doesn't. Do you see this pool? It doesn't have an edge. Do I even understand how I got here? No. It just makes me want to work really hard so that I can have a luxury like this back home and I can provide this to people around me. I don't just want to reap the success and benefits of other people. Like, I should be just as successful. If I am able to stay somewhere like this, anything is possible. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. You know, the first week, I was like, oh, I've lost all my independence. Everybody keeps asking me what I'm doing, where I'm going, what I want to eat. Like, I'm tired of, like, talking. And now, I still feel those things. But I found happiness. Good things that happened from this trip. This is the pen our driver gave me. And it does write really nicely. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Oh yeah, okay, so my 2 goals were gain weight and clear my skin. I'm a lot less stressed, so my skin is actually becoming more clear. You can't tell, but it does look better. I've been eating like 3 times a day. I'm so surprised about my appetite, actually. It's getting hard to talk. I don't know why. This always happens to me. It's like when I don't talk at all, I lose my voice. When I talk too much, I lose my voice. It's because of my deviated septum, actually. I'm pretty sure that's the reason. When I get my surgery for that, I will be healed. I'll be able to yap as much as I want. And you're gonna suffer. That's it for this week. I feel a lot more like myself. I don't know what changed. Maybe it's because I dipped in the water. It's also because I spent the last 6 months in my room, isolated, not talking to a single person. Maybe 1 or 2 people. So I feel like finally I'm seeing people. I'm talking to people. I'm learning the new languages. I'm appreciating things. I'm in the present moment. I'm eating more. Like, no wonder I feel better. So yeah, we're done. I'm done here. I can't even talk anymore. I appreciate you all for watching. I can't believe people actually care about my life, my perspectives. But I hope that all of you get chances like this. Visit somewhere you've been meaning to visit or you connect with. And oh my god, remember when I said I'm adding the movie Major to my list of repeatable movies? The actor lives here. Not here, but like 20 minutes away. If I come back next week and I tell you that I've met him, I will be on cloud 9. Till next time, Till next week. I'll see you in 7 days. That was cringe. Bye.